This video covers installation of a Strutmasters rear suspension conversion system for 2005 to 2009 Land Rover LR3 vehicles. Using an approved lifting device, you'll raise the vehicle following all safety requirements and remove one of the rear wheels. We appreciate you choosing Strutmasters. We're always cooking up something new. Like us on Facebook to see our latest videos, new products, and information. Once the rear wheel has been removed, you'll locate the airline on top of the strut. It's just above a rubber cover. We recommend using a pair of wire cutters or something similar to cut the airline. This will bleed all the air out of the system and make removal of the unit even easier. If you're watching this video trying to decide whether you want to tackle this on your own, Strutmasters can help. We have a tech line available for exclusively our customers at 866-998-8737. And we'll let you speak with a real ASE certified mechanic who's worked on vehicles just like yours. Our next step will be to disconnect the track bar . And once it's disconnected, you'll just let it hang out of the way. Our technician, of course, has the advantage of having an air-driven impact wrench, but you can use regular tools at your home. Now you'll want to find a 24mm socket to loosen and remove the lower strut bolt. We're so glad you chose a Strutmasters conversion system for your vehicle. Our coil springs are made exclusively for us from the best quality steel right here in the USA. We're glad you're choosing Strutmasters and keeping Americans working. Now, once you've got everything at the bottom loose, we'll go back to the top of the strut and remove the top strut bolts. On some vehicles it'll be tight quarters. We recommend using either a socket or a wrench to do the job. Some technicians might prefer to use both. Once everything's loosened up, you'll give it just a few tugs and down it goes. There it goes. Once you get it out of the vehicle, take a good look at this old, dirty, rusty strut. And now check out what it's going to be replaced with. A brand new, shiny, fully assembled Strutmasters unit featuring American-made coil springs and our exclusive Glide Ride technology. Now we're going to prepare that new unit for installation. At the bottom of the strut, you may have to cut a zip tie and remove the washer. Make sure that you leave the sleeve in place. In your kit, you should be able to find a drill bit that was included, and you're going to drill out the 3 smaller holes in the strut tower. Don't worry about the large hole, just the 3 smaller ones. If you're watching this video and decide to let a shop do the installation for you, but you don't know which shop to use, just ask one of our suspension experts when you call us. Give us a ring at 866-597-2397. We've got installation of more than 250,000 vehicles throughout the U.S., and there's a great chance we can find a recommended installer in your area. Once our technician has all those bolt holes drilled out and he's removed all the nuts from the top of the strut, we'll get our new strut and it'll be time to line up the studs and position it. Once you've got it in place, you'll want to put at least one or two of the strut bolts in place to hold it there. And when you're putting it in, be sure you don't lose the sleeve at the bottom of the strut. We're going to just hand tighten those top nuts for now. Now we'll return to the bottom of the strut where we'll reconnect the track bar and tighten it. Remember to put the track bar in first before you put the strut bolt in the bottom. Thank you so much for choosing Strutmasters. Be sure to check us out on Facebook for the latest videos, news, and product information. Watch as our technician shows you where that big metal washer goes. He'll shove that in place, and once he's got it lined up, just a few taps of a hammer and he'll get in the lower strut bolt. Just hang on to that wrench and socket that you used earlier. We'll retighten that bottom bolt with our brand new strut securely in place. Now we can go back up top and finish tightening the strut mounting bolts. Hang in there, you're almost finished. We just want to make sure everything's good and tight before we send the vehicle out the door. See, our technician used both a wrench and a socket because of the tight quarters. Once everything's tightened up, you're ready to reinstall the rear wheel. Our technician's using an impact wrench to put the lug nuts back on the vehicle, and we recommend once they're on, put it on the ground, put the weight on the vehicle, and use a torque wrench to secure the lug nuts. Consult your owner's manual for the specifications. If you need to make a purchase, call 866-597-2397. To speak to one of our ASC certified technicians, give us a call at 866-998-8737. Thanks for choosing Strutmasters.com.